Welcome aboard! Join me as we dive into the legendary battleships of the World Wars, exploring their history, firepower, and the battles that shaped naval warfare. So let's set sail into the past. The SMS König was one of the most famous battleships of Germany's Imperial Navy during World War I, and its story is a fascinating tale of naval might, fierce battles, and ultimate defeat. In the great shipyards of Germany, amidst the clang of metal and the hum of engines, a new warship was born. SMS König, a giant among giants, emerged from the waters in 1911, a symbol of the Imperial Navy's unyielding might. She was more than a mere battleship, she was a fortress of steel, with a displacement of 26,000 tons and a crew of over 1,100 men who manned her turrets, tended to her engines, and steered her into battle. At 573 feet in length, SMS König was a marvel of design. Her towering superstructure was protected by 12 inches of armor, thick, unyielding, a barrier against the guns of her enemies. Armed with 10 12-inch, 305mm guns. Mounted in 5 twin turrets, she could unleash a barrage that could shatter any foe within range. Along her sides, 16 5.9-inch, 150mm guns provided close support, while smaller anti-torpedo defenses added to her formidable arsenal. With a top speed of 21 knots, she was a swift predator on the seas, able to close in and strike with devastating force, but despite her might, her true test was yet to come. The Battle of Jutland, the year was 1916, and the seas of the North Sea were about to boil with the fury of battle. The Battle of Jutland was at hand, the largest naval clash of World War I. SMS König, under the command of Vice Admiral Reinhard Schee, was steaming toward her destiny. Her crew, trained and disciplined, knew what was at stake. As the fog lifted, they spotted their adversaries, the British Ground Fleet, a leviathan of warships that threatened to crush Germany's hopes of dominance. With a roar that shook the heavens, the battle began. König's 10 mighty 12-inch guns erupted in unison, their shells screaming across the sky toward the British fleet. The HMS Queen Mary, a British battlecruiser, was struck by one of König's shells, a violent explosion that ripped her apart in a flash. The sea was painted red with the fury of war as König engaged her enemies with relentless precision, but the battle was not without cost. The British fleet fought back with equal ferocity, and König was hit by enemy fire. Shells slammed into her superstructure, killing crew members and wounding others. Yet, she held firm, her gun still firing, her armor still holding. With every thunderous shot, she lived up to her name, a king of the seas. The sinking storm, as the battle dragged on, the high seas fleet began to feel the weight of the British numbers. Though they had inflicted damage, the Germans found themselves pushed back. König, though damaged, continued to fight, her crew working tirelessly to keep her guns firing and her engines running. But as the night fell, the decision was made, the fleet would retreat. König, her decks bloodied and her hull scarred, withdrew into the fog, the smoke of battle still clinging to her like a shroud. The war raged on, but König's days as a warrior were numbered. The Royal Navy's blockade and growing Allied supremacy in the seas kept the German fleet locked away. The high seas fleet was no longer a force to be reckoned with. By 1919, the war was over. The Treaty of Versailles demanded the surrender of Germany's fleet. SMS König, like so many of her sisters, was interned at Scapa Flow, a quiet graveyard for warships. But her crew would not let her fall so easily. On the morning of June 21, 1919, the waters of Scapa Flow whispered the tale of König's last stand. In a final act of defiance, König's crew scuttled her, opening her hull to the sea that had once been her dominion. Slowly, majestically, she sank beneath the waves. Her mighty 12-inch guns that had once roared in battle fell silent, and the ship that had defied the British fleet now rested at the bottom of the sea, her armor no longer a shield, her guns no longer a threat. Today, the wreck of SMS König lies beneath the cold, dark waters of Scapa Flow, a ghost of a lost empire. Time has claimed her once proud form, but her story endures. She was a battleship built for war, her guns and armor forged for battle, her crew bound together by loyalty and courage. Though she may never again see the light of day, her legacy remains. SMS König, the king of the seas, the battleship that fought with the ferocity of a lion and sank with the defiance of a king, will never be forgotten. Her story, one of steel, fire, and final defiance, lives on in the whispers of the ocean's depths. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for new battleship videos. See you later. Bye.